Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Kathy's Corner of Seed in the Sand, and this is chapter 3 of Setting My Own Path. Baby step number 3. And what I wanted to talk about today was about what I can do on this path that I'm taking, this new path that I'm on, where I can go, what I can do, how I can make a difference for myself and others. And whether that means I'm going to contact my uh, legislatures or senators, um, the governor. I've done that, been there and done that. But you never know. You know, you can't stop trying. You gotta keep trying, and um, the going all the way up to the president. So I'd like to know in your comments, if anybody would like to comment, what exactly I'd be asking for. If I'd be asking for help with mental illness, with NGIs, with like how we can help people in the system. Like what exactly am I, if I would go all the way to the President of the United States and say, watch these videos and say, I want real change. I want real commitment from our, and um, law enforcement, legislatures, the senators, um, the governors. I want real change. I want real change. What would I want that change to be? If I would want it to be like, change the laws on how it's worded. I really don't like how it's worded. It's really harsh. And people don't understand, a lot of people don't understand how harsh that can be, to live with those words of mental defect or disease. Like you're defective, like you're broken, like you're a nothing. And it's really difficult to live with that and explain that, and have people look at you as if you're a piece of dirt. It's really hard to explain how that feels. And I try to do that in these videos, and sometimes I get pretty emotional, and people are like, oh, it's no big deal, just brush it off, let it go. Unless you've been there, you don't know how hard it is. I'm sorry, you don't. Some people might have been there, so they do know how hard it is. But I'm thinking of like with my family, and how hard, I guess the word is, the pain is difficult to deal with, difficult to live with. And it's become like a staple in my life that I always go back to. I always go backwards to that moment in time, whether it's 20 years or 30 years or 40 years from now. I'm going to go back to that place because that's where people put me. I am trying to reach forward, trying to come to a place of healing, a place of closure, a place of relief, a place of, kindness and mercy, but it's almost like they don't allow it. Certain people don't allow that. They always bring you back to that place. And again, it's really hard to explain unless you've lived it. The looks and the whispers and the sneers and the shame and the guilt and the pain. And I don't know if they're doing that because they feel guilty about, that they couldn't have done more for me at that time, or if they're inflicting that and projecting that guilt onto me. I don't know. I don't really know how other people are perceiving it. And sometimes I should just go to them and say, it feels like you're attacking me. Is there something I've done to make you look at me like that? Is there something I've done to make you feel as if you have to be threatened by me or afraid of who I am? I should be ashamed of who I am. I almost want to just come out and say that to them. And maybe one day I will. I'll have the courage to step up and say, I don't deserve that. It's not, that is not who I am. You don't understand. And by punishing me for the rest of my life, you're only projecting on your own limiting beliefs that I am capable and strong and willing and I'm projecting a new path, a new direction for all of us to go. So, Mr. President, if you ever see this video, if it ever comes to that where, my videos are seen, right now they're not really seen, but if they ever get to that point where they are seen, we're not animals. We're not disposable. So, all right, these are the classic tarot cards. Pick one for the past, one for the present, and one for the future. All right, and these are just cards. I hope everybody understands. To me, in my view, a tarot is a gift from God. And they're not like set in stone or predicting the future or anything like that. It just helps me set the tone for the day. So, all right. So the past is the 8 of Wands, which is like forward motion, movement, fast movement. Things are happening quickly. So, all right. And then we have, for the present, the Queen of Swords, which is a, take it as it is, take it as it comes, tell it like it is, give it to them straight. And not a lot of emotion attached to that. And the third card, the future card, is the 6 of Cups. And that is childlike wonder, children, remembering your childhood, remembering when, like for me, when my children were young and I'd pull them around on the wagon and I would take them to different festivals, and they were just so cute. My kids were so cute. Very, very good kids. They were, when they were real little, it was a very happy time of my life. We were building a family, and our family fell apart. And I don't think anybody's really at fault for that. But I get the blame. So, all right, these are the Healing Spirit cards by Gordon Smith. And the intention I'm setting today is hold on just a second. Sorry about that. All right, the intention I'm setting today is that childlike wonder. Wondering like a child, thinking like a child. That's what I've always heard that God wants us to do, is ask questions like a child. Like, God, it's so wonderful what you have in store for us, but why does it have to hurt so much right now? So, sorry, this is a longer video today. Okay, so the card says your spirit guide can lead you, but can't do it for you. I know we've had that one recently. And okay. There will be many times in this life when you would love to know the outcome or something before stepping forward. Your spirit guide will lead you to each important moment in your life, but only you are able to step up to the experience. Whatever happens, be assured your guide will be there at the end of every challenging episode to support you. They are urging you to trust your instincts at pivotal moments, and when it feels right inside, it's okay to leap forward. So I feel like I'm on the right path. You know, I'm reaching out. I'm asking for help. And the shirt says, "You are not alone." It might be backwards, but it says, "You are not alone." And that is like my mantra. I shouldn't feel all alone, and whoever's watching this video should not feel all alone, and anybody in this country should not feel all alone, should not feel out in the wilderness, should not be wandering aimlessly around going, nobody cares. Nobody gives a crap. And it shouldn't be like that, Mr. President. And I'm going to go all the way to the top. So put in the comment section what you think we should, focus the attention on. The wording, the people themselves, the whatever it is. I want this to get out and get public and make a movement that nobody should feel all alone. Nobody should feel totally isolated. Nobody should have to feel as if they're at fault for something that was beyond their control. So, all right. Sorry for the long video today. We'll talk to you tomorrow.